Apeinta Project, Tres Olivos School Entrance Doors, Adoración Juárez, School Headmaster.
I'm the headmaster of the Tres Olivos School. This is a school specifically addressing the inclusion of deaf children. We have 73 deaf and hard of hearing children from 0 to 18 in a group of about 900 children.
Children in the playground.
The school's philosophy is to provide deaf children with a normalized environment. Therefore, all the teaching methods, tools and materials that we provide them with should help them to reach a normal curriculum, just like their peers.
Children in the classroom. Iglesias APEINTA Project Research Leader.
Hello. Apeinta is a research project committed to inclusive education for all. Apeinta emerged in 2006, together with several proposals for both inside and outside the classroom. It has since evolved, and currently, a cloud of inclusive service to education is being proposed.
A deaf child is using the system in class.
At present, there are 3 current services. The first one is a subtitling service, both live and offline. For live subtitling, let's think of a teacher in the classroom. Everything he or she says will be instantly received by the students on their laptops, their phones, their PDAs or their tablets.
A teacher is setting Apeinta in her mobile phone.
The subtitling service provides full flexibility to the teacher, so that he or she can use any 3G or Wi-Fi device, like a mobile phone, to communicate with students. Teachers do not need to be inside an office or in the classroom to communicate with them.
Children in the classroom.
Also, students with speech problems can use the speech synthesizer of Apeinta. For example, in situations where they may need to ask questions to the class or the teacher in their classroom. They will simply type the question or comment on a laptop, PDA or any other device, which will send them to the server and then will be repeated by a computer voice.
Screens of the web platform.
Finally, the latest service provided by Apeinta today is a web platform for distance learning. Learning resources needed by the students will be published on this distance learning platform.
Lourdes Moreno, CESyA researcher.
This web platform is accessible in 2 different senses. On one hand, it meets INOR standards and the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, which are the current applicable regulations with regard to accessibility. On the other hand, the entire training curriculum is accessible. That's to say, all contents included on that platform are accessible.
Juan Francisco López and Javier Jiménez, CESyA researchers.
Apeinta subtitling is a service based on automatic speech recognition tools. The service has been designed with a client-server architecture. There is the teacher's client, which is a software installed on a PC whose basic functionality is to send, via streaming, an audio of what the teacher is saying in class. This audio is the input to the subtitling service, which is in the cloud, and this service will transcribe and convert the voice to text, and this text is sent to the students through a web service. On the other hand, there is the speech synthesis service, also designed with client-server architecture. In this case, the same client device students have allows them to write texts, questions or comments that will be sent to the speech synthesis server in the cloud. The server providing the speech synthesis service will generate an audio file from the text that has been written, and this audio file will be sent back to the students either via streaming or through a file, so that they can hear the voice on the client devices. The synthesized voice can also be sent to the teacher's device, which can also be connected to loudspeakers, so that it can be heard by all in the class. We currently have several devices to show the subtitles, such as laptops, mobile phones, subtitle glasses, in which subtitles are displayed in a viewer, and tablet PCs, iPads in this case.
Using Apeinta on iPad.
These new emerging devices are adding new processing and touch interaction capabilities, and with them, the possibility of building new user experiences and also to store subtitles both locally and in the server. Thus, users, students in this case, can have access afterwards to the transcripts that were made and have them as resources for support in their classes.
Adoración Juárez, a school headmaster.
Well, last year we set out to experience this new method. We said, great, go ahead, because our children from third grade have a reading comprehension level that allows them to be candidates for this kind of tool.
Loli Bermejo Tres Olivos, school educator.
I always had to check to make sure that the deaf children understood what the teacher said. This is a great improvement. Another barrier pulled down in the sense that you now have the certainty that the child is learning because he is reading. It's not only what they get by hearing, but also what they can read. And this is also important when thinking about your future. When they get to college, they will be able to use a system like Apeinta to follow their classes.
Belén Ruiz, CESyA director.
People with disabilities will not be integrated into the normal life if they don't have equal access to education. That's why one of the priorities within our research areas is research on devices, technologies and services, so that education becomes an even field for all people.
Logos of CESyA: Carlos III University, Royal Board on Disability, and CERMI.